We're on the record in cause number 328716. The case is styled State of Texas versus Darby Lane Schillick. Mr. Schillick, how are you doing?
Good.
Oh, you can face this directly. Mr. Schillick, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Jason Nix, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Nix, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Nix, you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Mr. Schillick's case?
Your Honor, we've received the discovery. I've received the video. We have a pretrial diversion request in to the first assistant, and that was sent in very recently. So I'd ask the court give us a reset so I could wait to hear back that answer. And then, of course, if he's accepted into that program, we'll be able to resolve the case quickly.
Okay. Let's set him for the second week in August. We anticipate if he gets in the program, it'll be the first week in August. At least the sign-in will be the first week in August. Okay, the case is going to be reset to August the 16th.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. And you will be sent notice of that reset date. Is this your only case today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, well, this will conclude your case. You'll be free to go. Now, Mr. Schillick, your attorney is going to get your reset date. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your bondsman is going to get it as well. Before you leave, you're going to stand over there in front of the court coordinator on the X. There's an X on the floor. She's going to give you your reset date. Once you get your reset date, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. You can stand over there now. And Mr. Nick, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Okay, you're welcome. We're on the record in cause number 326134. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Donald Boyd Ryan.
Go out the other door. Mr. Schillick.
This is cause number 326134, State of Texas versus Donald Boyd Bryan. Mr. Bryan, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Bryan?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a blessing. Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Boyd, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Thomas Mayo, who is appearing via Zoom.
Yes.
Attorney Mayo, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor. Great.
That's good. Mr. Mayo, do you have an announcement that you would like to make?
Yes, Your Honor. We need to request a trial date for this.
Okay, just hold on. Our court coordinator will give you a trial date. Top of page 3, Donald Boyd Bryan. First one on page 3.
11:15.
Okay, it's gonna be set for trial on November 15, 2021. Mr. Bryan, you'll be given a copy of your reset here in court.
Yes.
You can stand on the X or the 4X over there
Yes, sir.
in front of the court coordinator. Once you give your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
All right, stand on the X, the 4X.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Mayo, is this your only case?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Mayo, your reset will be sent to you. This will conclude your case. You're excused, and you're free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Donald Bryan?
Yes, ma'am.
We're on a record in cause number 3266690. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Shayna Monique Parkinson. Ms. Parkinson, is that your full name? How you doing, Ms. Parkinson? That's good. Ms. Parkinson, you're here represented by your attorney Alvin Samuel. Attorney Samuel, how you doing?
It's great, Your Honor.
That's, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Samuel, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make
Yes,
in
Your
Ms.
Honor.
Parkinson's case?
Yes, Your Honor. This is our first sitting. However, I do not have the DVDs as of yet, so I'd like to have one additional setting to at least review the DVDs that's in the state's possession. And then we can make a decision as to how we will proceed.
Okay, do you need a standard reset?
Yes, sir.
Okay, could you give us a date? Okay, your case is gonna be reset to July 7th, 2021. Is this your only case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can get your reset from the court coordinator, and once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Parkinson, your attorney is gonna give you a copy of the reset. Once you get the reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you are.
Good morning.
Who we have? Mr. Faggett, did Latrice Franklin,
Yes, she's present, Your Honor, may I approach?
yeah, where is she? We need
She's
to
right
get her,
here. Room right there.
have her to come up. We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 324370. The second case is cause number 324372. Both cases are styled the State of Texas versus Latrice Franklin.
Yes,
Is that correct?
yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Ms. Franklin?
Good.
That's good. Ms. Franklin, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney Mark Faggett. Attorney Faggett, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you for asking.
Mr. Faggett, you have an announcement that you'd like to make?
Yes, Your
Ms.
Honor, we
Franklin?
have reached an agreement, subject to the court's approval with the state, on the jail time sentence for Ms. Franklin in the second case with a dismissal in the first case. We can dispose of it today if the court will allow her to surrender tomorrow. to the
That's fine.
jail. If you'll-
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Okay,
well, I mean, we just, and now, is the state agreeable with that? Ms. Mackey?
Yes, Your Honor, the state is agreeable to it.
Okay, you just do the paperwork and then we'll call y'all back up.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay. We on the record in cause number 328610, the State of Texas versus Amanda Nicole Now. Let's see. Oh, I see. Well, Ms. Niles, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing fine. And you're here represented by your attorney, Brendan Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
Brennan Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Attorney Mitchell?
I'm doing fantastic, Judge.
That's good.
Thank
Now, Mr. Mitchell, I see here she has a felony case, but that felony case is not set until August 11th of 2021. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I just went down there and they gave me the date. So I
Is
was-
this,
It's all out of the same incident.
okay. So do you want your felony case, not your felony, your misdemeanor case set along with your felony case, or do you want different dates?
Along with the felony case will be just fine, Your Honor. I talked with Ms. Maxey before, and they wanted the felony taken care of before we actually finished up the misdemeanor. So
Okay.
I'd be happy to accommodate that.
Okay. This is Amanda now. She had, I see a felony, I see a date here, August 11th,
Yes, Judge,
2021.
that's correct.
Okay, so Miss, now your case is gonna be reset along with your felony on August 11th of 2021. Your Attorney Mitchell is going to get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And once you get your reset, you'll be free to go as well and you have a blessed day.
Thank you,
as
Your
well.
Honor. You as well.
All right.
Very good, Judge.
That's all, okay.
Is there another one?
No. That's the only one that's on there. Have you,
I'll just get her fingerprints and stuff whenever
okay,
you're done.
okay. We're on a record in clause number 327554. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Brandon Lee Hockless. Mr. Hockless, would you please come forward with your attorney?
Good morning, Judge.
Come on. Okay. We're on a record in clause number 327554. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Brandon Lee Hockless. Mr. Hockless, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Hockless, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Okay, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Hockless? Good, that's a good. Now, Mr. Hockless, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Jack Lawrence. Mr. Lawrence, how are you doing?
Just fine, Your Honor.
Mr. Hockless, the information in this case alleges that on or about July 5th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of assault and family violence. Mr. Hockless, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to discharge, Mr. Hockless, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hopkins, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Mr. Hopkins, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of this document, Mr. Hopkins, there are a set of initials on the line that's checked nola contingere, which means no contest. Are these your initials?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Mr. Hopkins, there's a signature above the line that says defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is the trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature above the line that says defendants?
This is good.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box states that you're waiving, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document is a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Hopkins, prior to signing and initialing these documents, the ones on the tablet and the ones on and the one on paper, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you have an opportunity to read the documents?
Yes, sir.
And did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Absolutely.
And did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand what he went over?
Yes, sir.
And is everything true and correct in these documents? You have to speak up.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Your Honor,
I'll ask him.
I should mention something that wasn't on the standard form. There's also an agreement that he have drug and alcohol assessment, anger management, and minimal contact with the.
Well, okay, that's regarding punishment, right?
Yes, but.
Yeah, we had-
Julie and I came to a special agreement yesterday about,
Okay, well, what
Yeah.
I'm saying is we haven't got the punishment yet. We're still in the,
yes, I wanted to be sure to mention.
okay, yeah, I mean, when we get there, I see that I'm looking at this plea form and it has it purports to have the agreement that you and the state came to.
Mhm.
Okay, now, let's see. Now, Mr. Hopkins,
Yes, sir.
just getting back to these documents. Is everything true and correct on these documents?
Yes, sir.
Now, state, I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer states 1?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'd also like to offer State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
Mr. Are there any objections?
No, Your Honor, no
Okay,
objection.
no objections. State's exhibits number 1 and state's exhibit number 2 are admitted. Mr. Lawrence, you've advised and counseled Mr. Hopkins. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Oh, no, not at all, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hopkins, your attorney, Mr. Lawrence, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hopkins, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is
It's
that?
for 18 months deferred probation, an $800 fine.
That $800 fine?
Yes,
Okay,
sir. 50 hours community service,
Okay,
a drug and alcohol assessment, which I realized that I don't think I checked on the form.
We agreed to that, Your Honor.
where is that on here? Let's see, 10 drug and alcohol class, alcohol and drug screening. Yeah,
It does show it automatically on the judgment on number 15. I don't know if it needs to.
you said it was automatic?
Yes, sir. So usually with almost any cases, it'll show right here automatically as one of the conditions, submit to alcohol and or drug screening at the discretion of the.
Okay, is it a drug and alcohol screening that you're talking about?
Yes,
Oh,
Your
no.
Honor.
Okay,
And then anger management
We agreed to that too.
okay,
and no contact with Brianna Hockless except for any hearings or mediation dealing with divorce proceedings.
So,
okay, is that
No
on,
contact.
is that, hold on, let me see. Is that on the judgment?
The no contact?
You're no contact with Brianna except for mediation and divorce hearings. Okay.
So it's no contact except for things that have to do with their divorce and mediation.
Well, they said, yeah, I just have mediation and divorce hearings.
And I'd also just mention in there that I'm sure they can figure out how to, once there's a property settlement, they can have other people exchange the property for them. I'm sure they can figure that out. Just have one thing to add.
It's anger management. Okay, 15 months, 50 community. Okay. Okay.
Just one small thing.
Well, is this part of the plea bargain that you and Ms. Maxey went over?
Well, it's just, yes, I just discussed it briefly.
I mean,
He needs his tools. They're at the house where they were living.
wow.
And they go with his job. You see, he works for Selden Company on his shirt there. And he needs those tools real bad. If there's a way she can.
You said they have a divorce proceeding going on?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, well.
So, I mean,
That's something, he can't have any contact with the person except for, that the agreement was except for mediation and divorce,
proceedings.
or divorce hearings.
Hearings.
That's what it says here on the docket.
Yeah.
On the judgment.
That would be correct.
Okay, now, anything else other than that, if you need to talk to Ms. Maxey about working out another agreement, but.
Good. I'm sure she'd be glad to help him get what he needs for his
Oh,
job.
okay. All right, so let me go over the plea bargain. Mr. Hockless, the state is offering that you serve 18 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 18-month deferred adjudicated probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $800 and court costs of $292. The total fine and court costs comes to an amount of $1,092. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month and a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and reimburse the Jefferson County for the court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Now, your total monthly installments that you would have to pay each month is $155. Would you be able to pay the $155 each month? You have to speak up.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Is that
Now-
quite a bit for you?
I mean, it is, but I don't have no other choice. I have to pay it, so we gotta get done with
Now, the question is, will you be able to pay the $155 each month?
it. I mean, at this point, Your Honor, I pay everything. I take care of my grandmother and my mom, and I pay our rent, car insurance, so like I said, it's a little strain, but I go deliver food or to do whatever I have to do to get it done, so.
Okay.
I would like to request that the monthly probation fee be reduced from $60 a month to $30 or $35 a month if the court would do that.
He said he'll be able to pay the monthly fees of $155 per month. I don't have there's no finding of indigency here pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure.
See, he could reduce
That will-
them if you don't think you could make it.
Well, it's not that he don't think he can pay it, it's based on indigency.
Yes.
That's the standard. It's not whether or not you can pay it or not. It's based on whether or not a person has been determined to be indigent. Okay, and that's pursuant to Article 42.15, Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Now, will you be able to pay the $155 per month? You don't? Okay, I need to get some information from you then. Give me, hold on a minute. Deputy Monty, could you reach me the financial questionnaire? Thank you. Okay, now, Mr. Hawkless. Are you currently employed?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And where are you employed?
Selden Company.
That's the same, okay, the company that's of Selden.
Yes, sir.
And what type of work is that?
It's an apartment management company.
Apartment management?
Yes, sir.
And how many hours per week do you work?
I work 40 hours Monday through Friday.
I mean, how many hours a week? Is it like 40 hours a
Yes,
week?
sir, 40 hours a week.
There's every
And-
other week he's on 24-hour call too.
Okay. Okay. And how long have you been working there?
It'll be going on 2 years in January.
Okay. You say about a year and a half then?
Yes, sir.
And currently you're married, is that correct? Or are you separated?
No, we still married until the month.
Okay. You have any children?
No, sir.
Now, what is your, now do you currently rent or do you own a home?
Rent.
You rent?
Yes, sir.
What is your current take-home pay
After taxes,
per month?
per month, after taxes, about 1,600.
Each month?
Yes, sir.
And are you receiving any other form of income? Do you receive like Medicaid, SSI, SNAP, TANF, or
No, sir.
live in public housing?
No, sir.
Okay. And you and your spouse still living together?
No, sir.
No? Okay.
Because of the case, I moved out. I didn't want any further.
Okay, okay. Okay, so you don't receive no child support, no SNAP. You have any other governmental benefits that you're receiving?
No, sir.
No other income, right?
No, sir.
And I guess your asset would be, you own a vehicle? Okay, what do you think the value of that vehicle may be?
$7,000.
About 7,000, okay. That's the car.
Is she
Now,
gonna try to claim that vehicle?
Honestly, I don't know. I'm still paying notes on it.
Yeah, okay.
Who's driving it right now?
I have it right now. It's in my name.
Okay.
Okay, now, how much do you pay in rent a month?
Sir,
How much do you pay in rent each month?
$595.
Say $595?
Yes, sir.
And you have to pay utility bills, electric, gas, water,
Electric,
and how much is that a month?
180 something a month.
180?
Yeah.
Okay, and you don't have no child expenses, is that correct? And what about your food expenses each month?
I spend about 200 on that.
200?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
And transportation costs. Now, when I say transportation costs, we included if you're paying a car note, gas, insurance on the vehicle. And how much do you think, okay, you paying a car note?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the car note?
$395.
Okay, $395. And insurance,
Yes, sir. Like 176. some change.
176.
Yes, sir.
And how much are you paying on gas? Maintenance gas.
I would say 150 a month.
150?
I do my own maintenance.
Okay, okay. Now, cell phone or home
$60
phone?
a month.
Huh?
$60 a month on cell phone.
Okay, you have a home phone?
Yes, sir. That's $30 is included with internet and phone. So that's $30 a month with the house phone, and my cell phone is 60. I keep a house phone because of my grandma.
I know, but I'm just saying, so you 30 for the house phone and 60 for the cell phone.
Yes, sir.
That's what you're saying? Okay,
Yes, sir.
so that's 90. And you don't have no probation fees, you're not on probation, right? Any medical expenses? Any credit card payments that you have to make? None, okay, let's see what this adds up to. Okay. Plus 180. 200 plus. I'm getting there already. 395 plus 170 plus 150 plus 90. Job was 1786. Okay, Mr. Hawkless. This is what we're going to do. Let's see. 1,000. Sir, would you please put your mic on mute and when we call your case? Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, probation fees. Okay. Okay, this is what we're gonna do now, Mr. Hawkless. The court is gonna find that you're indigent. Actually, expenses exceed your monthly income, your monthly expenses. The court is gonna convert your fine and court costs to community service. It's gonna be an extra 87 hours of community service in addition to the 50 hours. Okay? And then the probation fees is gonna be reduced from $60 to the $25. Now, let me go through this here. Yeah, now, the state is offering that you serve 18 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 18-month deferred adjudicated probation, the state offered that you pay 80 hours of community service, that you pay an $800 fine plus court costs of $292, which comes to a total of $192. That comes to a total of $1,092. The $1,092 is going to be converted to 87 hours of community service, and that's pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Because the court is making a finding that you are indigent. The probation fees in this case of $60 will be reduced to $25. Now, you still will be required to pay the court attorney's fees of $250. And you would also be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15 each month. Is that the judgment?
No, that's a different one.
Okay, so we're gonna do a judgment. I think what's gonna happen is the probation office is going to make the adjustment. The fees is still, the judgment will still read a fine of $800 plus court costs, which comes to a total of $1,092. However, it also is gonna read that the fine and court cost is being converted to 87 hours of community service, all right? And it's gonna show that the probation fee will be $25 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month, and then you'll be required to pay the court attorney's fees of $250. And so now You will also be required to perform 50 hours of community service, that's the regular community service, in addition to the 87 that was converted. And you must attend the anger management classes. You cannot have any contact with Brianna Hawkless except for mediation and divorce hearing. And you will also be required to attend a drug and alcohol, you'll be required to have a drug and alcohol assessment, as well as the other, you would have to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of probation. Mr. Hawkins, do you understand? Do you understand the state's offering the court's adjustment pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Code of Criminal Procedure? And do you think that is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, sir. I accept
Okay.
it.
I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement along with the adjustment that has been made pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. Mr. Hawkins and Mr. Lawrence, just have a seat. She's typing up the judgment, and when she finished typing up that judgment, you come back up and then you stand on that X and you sign that judgment, okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
You said that's an additional 87 hours?
The 87 hours is converted from the fine and court costs.
Right.
And, oh, Mr. Lawrence and Mr. Hawkins, there's another matter something else I need to do. I need to read this model admonishment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, in accordance with the Texas Administrative Code, Section 176.1, the court hereby admonishes you of the following. You are, by entry of order of judgment, ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Beginning now, if you possess a firearm or ammunition, it could lead to charges against you. If you have questions about how long you will be ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, you should consult an attorney. Under Texas Penal Code, Section 46.01, subsection 3, firearm means any device designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile through a barrel by using the energy generated by an explosion or burning substance or any device readily convertible to that use. B, firearm does not include a firearm that may have as an integral part a folding knife, blade, or other characteristics of weapons made illegal by Penal Code Chapter 46, and that is 1, an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, or 2, a replica of an antique or curio firearm manufactured before 1899, but only if the replica does not use rimfire or centerfire ammunition. The statutes listed below are a starting point for ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. For more information about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or for more information on how long your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition lasts, the court recommends you contact an attorney. Code of Criminal Procedures, Article 17.292, Magistrate Orders for Emergency Protection. Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 42.0131, Notice for persons convicted of misdemeanors involving family violence. Penal Code, Section 46.02, unlawful carrying weapons. Penal Code, Section 46.04, unlawful possession of firearm. Penal Code, Section 25.07, violation of certain court orders or conditions of bond in a family violence, child abuse or neglect, sexual assault or abuse, indecent assault, stalking, or trafficking case. And Family Code Section 85.026, warning on protective orders. And now, Mr. Lawrence, I'll give this to you so you can hand to your client.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you may, y'all may have a seat.
Yes, sir.
And so basically, to simplify what you said, he should not have in his possession any type of gun or.
Possess a firearm or ammunition.
Yes. That includes ammunition, any,
Yeah, it's everything is it that I just mentioned is on the document that I just gave you. So you can just read that. It's self-explanatory.
so he can't even have one in his gun cabinet.
Read the warning that I just gave you,
Yes,
and you can make your interpretations from there.
thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Hey, Jen, you can't even have the timer for ammunition. Yeah, nothing explosive. That's something ridiculous, like the guys that go by powder rifles when they go felonies and say, here's the discovery certification.
Okay.
Maxie will need to sign.
Oh, I think she normally send the
The list,
that list with her. Did she send a
No,
audit
the
report?
audit report on the other as well,
Okay.
on Hopkins.
We're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 324-370. Second case is cause number 324-372. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Latrice Franklin. We have Ms. Latrice Franklin before us. Is your full name Latrice Franklin?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Franklin, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Mark Faggett, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Franklin, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Franklin, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
You may put your hand down. How you doing, Ms. Franklin?
Good.
That's good. And Mr. Faggett, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you for asking. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking again. Now, we will proceed on cause number 324-372. And the information in this case alleges that on or about May 24 to 2019, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, Ms. Franklin, it is alleged that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. Ms. Franklin, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Franklin, how do you proceed? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest? How do you plead?
No contest.
No contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Franklin, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, Ms. Franklin, Are these your initials on the line next to the box that's checked? No contingent, which means no contest.
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is, well, it's the same document, but on the third page, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature below on the line that says defendant?
Yes, sir.
There are two boxes that's checked at the top of this document. The first box states that this is a plea bargaining case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that? The second box states that you are waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Ms. Franklin, I also have a document here that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? Okay, and is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Now, prior to signing and initialing these documents that I just mentioned, did your attorney, Mr. Fagger, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
No objection, Your Honor.
Oh, let me see. And will you be offering State's Exhibit Number 2 as well?
Oh, I didn't realize she was pleading no contest. I'm sorry, Judge. I will get State's Exhibit 2, the probable cause affidavit.
We have no objection to
Okay.
probable cause affidavit when entered.
Okay, no objections. State's Exhibits Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 will be admitted. Mr. Facker, you've advised and counseled Ms. Franklin. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None, Your Honor.
Ms. Franklin, your attorney, Mr. Faggett, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Franklin, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of no contest and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. It's for 15 days county jail to surrender with 3 days credit and to surrender tomorrow, June 3rd at 6 p.m. And the state is dismissing cause number 324370.
Okay, now, Ms. Franklin,
Yes, sir.
the state is offering that you serve 15 days in the Jefferson County Jail, and you'll be given credit for 3 days.
Okay, so,
And the jail time will begin on tomorrow, on or before 6 p.m., and tomorrow's date is June 3rd of 2021. Now, there's court costs in the amount of $352. Ms. Franklin, would you be able to pay the $352?
not today,
Huh?
not today.
Okay, would you be able to pay it prior to getting out of jail?
I have a question. Is there any way all of it can go together?
And what?
Can it all go together?
Actually, talk to your attorney.
Can it all be time served?
You're gonna get time served for the 3 days. Okay? And then, can you pay the $300 and something court costs before you get released from jail?
Yeah, I should.
Okay.
But
Okay. Okay, so you will be able to pay the court costs of $352 prior to being released from jail?
Mhm.
Okay. Now, okay. Ms. Franklin, the state is offering that you serve 15 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for 3 days. That jail time will begin on tomorrow, June 3rd of 2021 at or before 6 p.m. And you will be required to pay court costs of $352. The state will also be dismissing cause number 324370. And Ms. Franklin, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, but I have a question.
Talk, you can run it.
So what I'm saying is,
He's gonna take care of everything.
okay, that's it.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make sure.
You got it.
Okay, now, Ms. Franklin, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Franklin, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with your attorney, with the state. Ms. Franklin, you can stand on the X next to your attorney. There's some paperwork that you have to fill out or sign with the court clerk. Once you fill out the paperwork, you'll be free to go, and you be required to turn yourself in on tomorrow at or before 6 p.m.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's June 3rd of 2021. Okay, yeah.
Can I go and put your right thumbprint on that blue light? Remove it and then put it back down. All right, thank you.
I got the dismissal that I'm signing right now.
So this is just a commitment for your records, and then this is what you're gonna bring to the jail with you tomorrow.
And this is, she's gonna get a dismissal.
Okay. You want me to give it to her?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's a dismissal printing out right now if y'all want to. And then I have fixed the plea for Mr. Cockle.
I saw that on there. Well, I hadn't looked at it yet.
No
but
worries, just letting you know.
It just printed off.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good one.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may. And y'all have a blessed day.
Yes, I gave him the fixed plea. I don't know.
Did you didn't put the, oh, that's, okay, that's it right there.
Yeah, there wasn't enough room, so I put it right there on that number 16. You see it?
Yeah, I see it,
Okay.
10 anger management. What's NC?
No contact. I didn't have enough room to write.
We're gonna have to change, I mean, we're gonna,
No, I can't watch that.
that NC doesn't, somebody look at it,
Right.
it doesn't, you have to say no contact, so we're gonna have to, you can't just abbreviate it like that.
Let me see. if I
Fine and
can-
court costs will be discharged with, that's a big space in between that, 87 hours of community service.
That's a
in
big
addition
what?
to, no, I'm saying that space between there.
Oh, okay.
You, for, it's like for hours,
Uh-huh.
you can put HRS, you know, you don't have to, I mean, that is, I'm just saying it'll save you some time, you can abbreviate it.
Right. Let me
Yeah.
see how I can shorten it up a little bit.
Okay. Okay, who else? We got Flowers. Who's called Flowers? Call Wayne Flowers. We're on a record in cause number 327762. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Cole Wayne Flowers. Mr. Flowers, is that your full name? Cole Wayne Flowers? You have to speak up. She's taking a record.
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Flowers, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Flowers, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God? Okay, Mr. Flowers, you may put your hand down. Mr. Flowers, how are you doing? How are you doing, Mr. Flowers? You doing okay? That's good. Now, Mr. Flowers, I have before me an information, and in the information, it alleges that on or about August 8th of 2020, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Mr. Flowers, do you understand what you've been charged with? DWI, you understand what you've been charged with? And to this, now, Mr. Flowers, you're gonna have to speak up because she's taking a record, okay? If I can't hear you, she can't hear you, she can't type what you're saying. Now, Mr. Flowers, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes.
Now, to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Okay, let's, I'm gonna just, hold on, let me do this here. I mean, it seems like we're having a problem. Hold on a minute. Mr. Gilthorpe, this lady back here is raising her hand.
Judge, he just got out of the hospital recently, but he just speaks really low. When he's speaking with me, he speaks that way as well.
He has dementia, first phase of dementia.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry.
We've already had an evaluation done, and Griffon said he was competent. So
Oh, we did?
We did, Your Honor.
Could you look at, hold on a minute. Could you look in the case, look in this case, you said there was an evaluation that was done?
And this is for Mr. Flowers?
Yes.
Yes. Evaluation was report, I believe is dated December 9th, 2020.
There's a,
I have it.
oh, you did? Let me see it. Yeah, okay, thanks.
Here's the last updated one for.
Sir, who just came in on Zoom, would you please put your mic on mute?
I'm listening to it now. If you want to speak, the mute, you hit star 6.
Just muted. Okay, let's see, Stacy. Reporting the minister honorable discharge. Oh, yes, copy. Now, I guess Mr. Maxey. Okay, let's do this here before we get started. Miss Maxey,
Yes, Judge.
I have a report here from Dr. Edward Grapan that was dated December 6th of 2020 in reference to a psychological evaluation that was conducted by Dr. Grapan on Mr. Carl Wayne Flowers, in this case, cause number 327762. I know prior to you being assigned this case, Mrs. Ashley Ramos probably was the prosecutor in this case. And it's usually when the court normally, when the court get a copy of this order, an order is normally sent to the defense and the state. And I'm just looking at this here evaluation that was done by Dr. Rapon. Have you had a chance to review the evaluation?
Honestly, Judge, I have not.
Okay, what I'm going to do, we're going to just take a recess on this case and give you an opportunity to get the evaluation and review it. And then we're going to bring Mr. Flowers and his attorney back up. Okay?
Okay.
So we just be in recess on this case. Y'all just have a seat. We'll come back to it. You got that judgment?
Yes, sir, it's right here.
Okay.
Do I need to call MIS to delete that plea, or will they do that?
This is, we hadn't finished.
Okay, I didn't know if I needed to call MIS.
Yeah, I think you spelled his name. That last name is, was there another S on here, Hopkins?
Okay. You want me to fix the last name?
Yeah, you're gonna have to put, yeah, because the person, yeah. Okay, let's do this here. We're on a record in 3 cases. First case is cause number 318574. Second case is cause number 323698. Third case is cause number 323700. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Cyrus Arion. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call Cyrus Arion? Oh, good morning. Okay, good morning. For the record, is your name Cyrus Arion?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Arion?
Yes.
That's good, Mr. Arion. You're here represented by your attorney, Antoine Freeman. Attorney Freeman, how you doing?
Good, y'all.
Mr. Freeman, do you have an announcement that you would like to make in Mr. Arion's cases?
Generally, we'd like to have it reset after his felony as a pending felony right now. We said on.
Do we have I have the court date of July 6th.
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Okay, we'll just reset it on the same day. You can get your reset. Once you get your reset, is this your only case, Attorney Freeman?
Yes, sir.
You'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Arion, once your attorney gives you a reset, you'll be free to go. Mr. Freeman, I need to ask you something. Okay. That's good. Thank you. Is Mr. Bailiff, is Marquise? Oh, that's him on Zoom, huh? Oh, that's him? I'll see, okay. Okay. Okay, let's, okay, we're on the record in cause number 323788. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Marquise T. O'Neill. Marquise, you can take your mic off mute. Mr. O'Neill is appearing via Zoom. Mr. O'Neill, how are you doing?
I'm good.
All right, Mr. O'Neill, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Todd LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. LeBlanc, do you have an announcement that you'd like to make in Mr. O'Neill's case?
Judge, Mr. O'Neill lives, I believe he lives in Bryan. I haven't had a chance to talk to him face to face. They've made an offer and I've conveyed that to him over the phone. However, they've made an amended offer today. I need some more time before we.
Okay, how much time do you need?
30 days is fine.
30 days? We need to reset 30 days on Marquise O'Neill. Page 2, the second person. He's on Zoom. 30 days?
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. O'Neill, your case is gonna be set to July 7th, 2021. Stay in contact with your attorney. Also, thanks for being patient with us this morning. This will conclude your case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Okay, you said July 7th?
July 7th.
Okay.
All right. And Mr. LeBlanc, is this your only case? Okay, you're free to, once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day as well.
Thanks.
Your Honor, I had the opportunity to review the evaluation
Okay.
for Mr. Flowers.
Okay, let's bring Mr. Flowers back up. Three, 277. We're back on the record in cause number 327762. Case is style the state of Texas versus Carl Wayne Flowers Jr. We have Mr. Carl Wayne Flowers, who is present with his attorney, Mr. Jerry Gilthorpe. The court also has before it an evaluation that was conducted by Dr. Rapon. And this report is dated December 6th of 2020. And it was filed December 9th of 2020. Mr. Gilthorpe, have you had an opportunity to review the psychiatric evaluation performed by Dr. Rapon?
I have, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections to the finding, conclusions, and recommendations in this evaluation?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Maxey, have you had an opportunity to review the psychiatric evaluation that was performed by Dr. Edward Rapon?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
And do you have any objections to the finding, conclusions, and recommendations of this evaluation?
No objections.
Okay, the court has a copy of Dr. Rapon's psychiatric evaluation in cause number 327762. And the court is going to take judicial notice of the psychiatric evaluations, the finding, conclusions, and recommendations that is contained in the evaluation. And the court is going to proceed. Okay, so we're back on the record in this case. And let's see. Mr. Flowers was previously sworn in. Okay, now, Mr. Flowers. The information alleges that on or about August 8th of 2020, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. And it states that you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County. Now, driving while intoxicated sometimes is referred to as DWI. Mr. Flowers, do you understand what you have been charged with? Yeah, DWI, that's right. Now, Mr. Flowers, have Mr. Flowers stand over here so he'll be a little closer to the court reporter, so she'll be able to hear.
Is it okay if I move over here?
No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. At least it'll be a little bit better.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Flowers, to this charge of DWI, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? I think he said something.
I didn't hear it.
You gotta speak up, Carl.
Guilty? Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
I'm not, you know.
Say, no, just say what you said again, say it again. Okay, you say you're not guilty? He's kind of mumbling. I'm trying to. Oh, yeah, you can take your mask off. Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to do. Okay. Okay, let's see, let's try this, okay. Okay, now, Mr. Flowers, how do you plead to the charge of DWI or driving while intoxicated? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Okay, what I'm gonna do at this time, I'm not gonna go forward on this plea at this time.
Okay.
And so we're gonna just reset the case.
Okay.
All right. 30 days. Okay. Okay, Mr. Flowers,
Just have a seat.
yeah, just have a seat. Your attorney is gonna get a reset.
Also have a.
You have another case?
Yes, I have, well, for Mr. Eloy Hernandez, that's.
Oh, yeah.
There, for Mr. Galmore.
Okay, okay, hold on a minute. Hernandez. Okay.
And that's for Carl.
Hernandez, okay. We're on the record in cause number 328826. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Eloy Hernandez Jr. Mr. Hernandez, would you, okay. Okay, Mr. Hernandez is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Hernandez, how are you doing?
Pretty good. About yourself?
I'm doing fine, and thanks for being patient with us, Mr. Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, your attorney is Mr. Dustin Galmore. Mr. Dustin Galmore is not here. However, his law partner, Mr. Jared Gilthorpe, is here, and Mr. Jared Gilthorpe is prepared to make an announcement on your case in place of Mr. In place of Mr. Galmore. Do you consent to Mr. Gilthorpe making that announcement for Mr. Galmore?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Gilthorpe, what is the announcement that you like to make in Mr. Hernandez's case?
Judge, we request a little more time. We're still collecting the discovery from the state.
Okay, so how much time?
A regular reset would be fine, Judge.
Okay, just hold on a minute. Okay, it's gonna be July 21st of 2021. You can get the reset. Once you get the reset, you'll be free to go. And Mr. Hernandez, stay in contact with your attorney, Mr. Galmore. This will conclude your case. Again, thanks for being patient with us. And you are free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, have him come up. Okay. We're on the record in cause number 327658. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Edward Jimenez. Mr. Jimenez is present here with his attorney, Mr. Jared Gilthorpe. Mr. Jimenez, how are you doing?
Good, Judge.
You're doing good? That's good. Now, Mr. Gilthorpe, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Jimenez's case?
Yes, Judge, we'd ask more time. He has a felony. We'd ask this to get set along with this felony.
I see a felony court date of June 14 of 2021.
That's correct, Judge.
You would like it set on that day?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, so this is Mr. Jimenez at the bottom of page 3. This case is gonna be reset with his felony, which is set for June 14th of 2021. Mr. Gilthorpe, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Jimenez, once your attorney give you a reset, you'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Am I good to get the signatures and fingerprint on this gentleman, or would you like to see it one last time?
Oh, I think I've already checked it.
Okay, and it's good?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna call 328-794, State of Texas versus Alicia Daniel Ramsey. Okay, your name is Alicia Daniel Ramsey? Danielle Ramsey?
Yes.
How you doing, Miss Ramsey?
Good, thank you, Harris.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Ramsey, you're here represented by your attorney, Mrs. Laura Perrazzo. Ms. Perrazzo, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Perrazzo, you have an announcement you'd like to make?
Yes, sir. I would like to speak with Ms. Maxey to get an offer, and I would also like to request pre-trial diversion if she qualifies.
Okay, so have you, you hadn't submitted your letter for pretrial diversion yet?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, what we're gonna do, the pretrial diversion is, every other month, so we're gonna reset this case to the second week in August. I think they got a sign-up date this month, and then the next sign-up date will be in August, the first week in August. And so if she's in at that time, obviously the state probably would have dismissed the case.
Yes.
And so we're gonna reset it to the second week in August. You can get your reset. Is this your only case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you get your reset, you'll be free to go. And Ms. Ramsey, your attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And you have a blessed day as well, Ms.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Crosby. Okay.
Oh, and thank you for Mr. Beaver.
Oh, yeah, okay, no problem.
You just went to the rest.
Yes, sir. You and Mr. Conklin, I'll get his.
Mr. Grove? Mr. Grove?
Okay, we're gonna need his thumbprint, but we can go ahead and get your signature.
Rosie Walters?
Yes, sir.
The one over here. I couldn't hear you over there. What were you saying about the drug court?
He just left for the restroom.
Oh, the restroom. I thought you said, drug court. I'm sorry. So what, is that your motion? Yes. Okay.
On the record in clause number 324334, State of Texas versus Rosie Walters.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Walters, how are you doing?
Just fine, and you, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Walters, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Mr. Grove, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Ms. Walters' case?
Yes, sir. We received the paper discovery. I have not received the DVDs yet, and I think Beaumont Police Department has those. They're on a thumb drive or something like that, so it takes longer for them to get it to us. I haven't received that yet, so I'd like to ask to reset it for probably one resetting. Hopefully we can get those and make an announcement on the case at the next setting.
Okay, hold on a minute. We need a reset on Rosie Walters,
Okay, how long?
standard 30 days.
Okay, we said it for you now.
Okay, case is gonna be reset July 21st, 2021. Mr. Grove, you can get your reset. This is your only case?
Yes, sir.
Okay, once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Ms. Walters?
Thank you, Judge.
You welcome. You can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
All right, Mr. Conklin, this is all for you. You're just gonna report to this address as soon as you leave.
You got probation. You got probation. They give you that.
Ronald B. Eggers? Ronald B. Eggers?
Shouldn't be right outside.
I think so.
Yeah, they just gonna, you're gonna check in and they're gonna give you another date to come back. That's all you
Okay, I
gotta
didn't
do.
know that. Take care of that.
Y'all have a good one.
We're on the record in cause number 328326. The case is styled the State of Texas versus Ronald B. Eggers Jr. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. B. Eggers? That's good. Now, Mr. B. Eggers, you're here represented by your attorney, Attorney James Paget. Attorney Paget, how you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Okay, and good morning to you. Mr. B. Eggers, well, you're charged with a DWI second. Does he have bond conditions?
On the check.
Yeah.
And, what's the
B.
case
Eggers,
number?
328326.
No, sir.
Okay, did you reach me that blue tablet? You can get rid of that. That was Flowers. That was the guy that,
Okay, and I did call MIS and they did.
okay, thank you. Yeah, okay, hold on a minute. We're back on the record in cause number 328326. Case and style of State of Texas versus Ronald Villegas Jr. Mr. Vegas is present in court with his attorney, Mr. James Padgett. Mr. Padgett, could you read the bond conditions to Mr. Villegas? Okay. Mr. Villegas, I just handed your attorney standard bond conditions in County Court at Law number 2. And I will go over these bond conditions with you. And it reads, following arrest and or accusation in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the following additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Mr. Villegas, do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. And that's pursuant to Texas Code of Criminal Procedure, Article 17.44, Section A2 and Section C2. Mr. Vegas, do you understand that condition? Condition number 3, the defendant shall not communicate either directly or indirectly with the alleged victim of the pending offense, and the defendant shall not go near any residence, school, or other location frequented by the alleged victim. Do you understand that condition? Yes, sir. And condition number 4, this one applies to DWI second cases or more, and it reads, a defendant who has been arrested or accused of any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verification of such installation being submitted to the court on or before the 10th day after, and that's going to be after today. It's not after arrest, it's going to be after the day. And could you give me that back and I'll make that change? I just need to scratch. I'll scratch through that, make that change for it. Mr. Vegas, do you understand that condition? Okay, do you understand that condition?
Well, it's any vehicle you're driving.
Any vehicle
must
that
be
you
equipped.
own or operate, yeah.
If you're not driving, you're not gonna have to have it. If you're driving, anytime any vehicle you're operating. You understand? If you're pulled over without that device, you're violating your bond condition. Okay?
Okay, now, Mr. Kimler, excuse me, Mr. Padgett, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Villegas' case?
I do, Your Honor.
And what is that announcement?
I've received an offer from Miss Maxey that I'm going to relay to my client. I received the DVD evidence on his case last Friday, so I have not had the opportunity to give it. I'm going to get my client a copy of the DVD. We will be ready to proceed on a plea if you will give us 30 days. So we could place this on your plea docket.
Okay, so you need your case reset for 30 days?
And it will be disposed of on the.
Reset for plea in 30 days. Give us a plea date.
July 12th is acceptable, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, be reset July 12th for a plea. Mr. Padgett, you can get your reset. And once you get your reset, you'll be free to, well, I think you might have. You have anything else?
I think that's it, Your Honor.
That's it? Okay. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Villegas, once your attorney gives you the reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And either you or your attorney will get us the proof that you have the interlock within 10 days. All right? You stand over there on the X? All right. Let's do this here. Mr. Willie Amendaris. This is cause number 328044. Mr. Amendaris was, I guess he's on a docket which wasn't one of our trial weeks. Today wasn't one of our trial weeks. We had to get approval from the administrative judge. And so what we can do, what is your announcement in this case?
We're ready to proceed to
Y'all,
trial. Judge.
y'all ready for, y'all want to trial? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna give you a trial date. Could you give us a trial date?
11:15.
Okay, 11/15 is the trial date, and which is November 15 of 2021. You can get your trial date. Once you get your trial date, Mr. Wilkerson, you'll be free to go. And Mr. Amendaris, once your attorney give you your trial date, you'll be free to go. And you and your attorney both have blessed days.
Thank you, Judge.
Hold on a minute. We got Mr. Lane. He's gonna. Aaron Burleson. Could we get Aaron Burleson? Mr. Lane is on, is Mr. Burleson over there too with you?
Well, they switched to Zoom, yes, sir.
Okay.
On Zoom, Your Honor.
Okay, we're on the record in two cases. First case is cause number 324-016-2 and cause number 327-692. Both cases are styled of State of Texas versus Aaron Dwayne Burleson. We have Mr. Burleson appearing via Zoom. Mr. Burleson, how are you doing? Okay, your mic was down a little bit. And Mr. Burleson, you're represented by your attorney, Mr. Kevin Lane. Mr. Lane, how are you doing?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Mr. Lane, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Burleson cases?
Yes, Your Honor. We've received discovery in the case, but one case has been dismissed and refiled as a felony. We'd ask that these cases be reset with the felony on July 21st.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lane, your cases will be reset with the felony on July 21st, and you will be sent a copy of the reset. And Mr. Burleson, stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is going to be reset along with your felony case. Now, Mr. Burleson, you will be required on July 24th to report to both courts. You will come here and check in, and then you'll go to the criminal district court. And once you finish in the criminal district court, you and your attorney will report back to this court. Do you understand that, Mr. Burleson? Okay. I think he said yes. You could hear.
And I'll reconfirm that with them, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Okay. So this will conclude your case, Mr. Burleson. You're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Lane, you are also free to go, and you have a blessed day as well.
You too, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes, Your Honor.
we have Aaron Lee.
Yes, Your Honor, it's here.
Mr. Lee? Okay, we're on the record in cause number 328158. The case is styled of State of Texas versus Aaron Brennan Lee.
Yes, sir.
Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Lee?
Okay, how you doing today?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Lee, you're represented by Attorney Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Vasquez, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Lee's case?
Yes, Your Honor, could we have another announcement setting, Your Honor? I have not viewed the video of Mr. Lee's case.
Okay. Okay, could you give us a reset date?
7/21.
It's gonna be reset to July 21st of 2021 to give you opportunity to review the discovery.
Thank you.
Mr. Lee, your case has been reset to July 21st, 2021. Your attorney is gonna give you your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And okay. Okay, you can stand over there and get the reset.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay,
You can stop over Mr. Leslie. I think Mr. Leslie has one more too.
I know. Yeah, I was waiting for him to get that reset.
Thank you.
Okay, we're on the record in cause number 327794. The case is style of State of Texas versus Ariana Beverly. You called the name of Ariana Beverly. Was there an announcement?
Yes, sir. Shoot, no answer.
Mr. Vasquez, you have any, the court can give you an opportunity to contact Miss Beverly. She can appear in person, Zoom, or by telephone.
Judge, I'll try again, but I've lost touch with her about the last week. I thought she had a setting next door in the CDC, but I didn't.
That's
see
for
it.
June 24th.
Oh,
That's what we have here on, it's on criminal district court, June 24th of 2021.
well, I don't know why. I thought it was July 2nd, and the same day.
It may have been set and they may have reset it. Yeah,
Judge, just for due diligence, let me try one more time with court permission.
okay.
Yeah, he's out there. I just went to him. Just go by the bathroom.
Kenneth Thibodeau,
Now you go for me when.
Kenneth Thibodeau.
we're on the record in cause number 322248. Case is style of State of Texas versus Kenneth Wayne Thibodeau Jr. Is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Thibodeau, how are you doing?
I'm all right.
Okay, Mr. Thibodeau, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Matuska. Mr. Matuska, how are you doing?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Mr. Matuska, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Thibodeau's case?
Judge, yes, I would ask for one more opportunity to pay this JP fine. Mr. Thibodeau.
Oh, it's a JP reduction? That's what it is?
I believe it was $200 JP reduction for dismissal. Mr. Thibodeau has had some problems getting money, but he believes he can get that shortly.
How much time do y'all need?
30 days, okay?
Okay, reset it for 30 days, JP reduction. July 21st. Okay, you can get your reset, case reset to July 21st. Mr. Thibodeau, once your attorney give you your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Brian Davis. Now, your full name is Brian Key Davis?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Davis? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Davis, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. Ryan Matuska. Mr. Matuska, you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Davis's case?
Yes, sir, Your Honor. We're still waiting on the DVDs in the media in Mr. Davis's case, so we have to go one more reset for announcement.
It's going to be reset to July 21st of 2021. Mr. Matuska, you can get your reset. Mr. Davis, once your attorney gets your reset, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And I think, Mr. Matuska, is this your last case?
Yes, sir, I believe so.
Okay. You'll be free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. We're on a record in 3 cases. First case is cause number 322614. Second case is cause number 322654. And the third case is cause, third case is cause number 322656. All 3 cases are styled the state of Texas versus Lance Shane Dixon. That's your case. Mr. Dixon, he's here, call Mr. Dixon's case. Is that Lance Shane Dixon? Mr. Adams? I got, yeah, some other cases too. He's here.
Yeah.
Okay, for the record, your name is Lance Shane Dixon? How you doing, Mr. Dixon? That's good, Mr. Dixon, you're here represented by your attorney, Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. Mr. Adams, do you have an announcement you'd like to make in Mr. Dixon's cases?
Judge, and Mr. Dixon, if you wouldn't mind, can we have one final announcement, just a final one?
Okay, I see he has
Felony?
some felonies set for June 24th of 2021.
I can be here on the same day as his felony.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna reset all these 3 cases for June 24th.
24th, 21st.
It's the 24th. That's what it has on the docket sheet. Yeah, June 24th of 2021. You can get your reset, Mr. Dixon, from your attorney. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go now, Mr. Dixon. You have to appear in both courts on that same day. And so what you have to do is when you come to court, come to the courthouse, you're gonna report here. And then you're gonna go down to the criminal district court. And then once you're finished in the criminal district court, you're gonna have to report back here. All right, so that we'll know what happened with that, with your cases. All right? Now if you fail to appear, your bond can be forfeited. All right? So just stay in contact with your attorney. Your attorney's gonna give you a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You can just have a seat in the gallery.
I'm here.
We're on the record in cause number 326834, State of Texas versus Makiva Giovanni Hager. For the record, is your name Makiva Giovanni Hager?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Hager?
I'm all right.
That's good. Mr. Hager, you're here with your attorney, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, you have an announcement you'd like to make in this case?
Yes, sir, Judge. I finished discovery in this case. Only thing we're waiting on is to take DVD.
So you haven't received the DVD from the
No.
DA's office?
It's a DWI.
Okay, Mr. How much time do you need, Mr. Adams?
Whatever's the normal,
You want 30 days of standard reset?
standard, whatever your standard is.
Okay, it'll be reset to July 21st, 2021. Once you get your
That's fine.
reset.
Get all the well, I printed the discovery.
Yeah,
It's just
okay.
DVD.
Okay, once you get your reset, Mr. Hager from your attorney, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. And Judge,
Yeah, I see you got another one.
Ms. Johnson, I hired on yesterday. I called an appearance on her.
Oh, Johnson?
Her name is Tabitha Johnson.
Oh, I see that. Okay, he has an appearance, okay. Well, if you just hired on, I mean, she just hired him. Just verify it and then, in case it be reset.
I can't get out of this one,
You could, this is Mrs. Tabitha Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing, Ms. Johnson?
Fine, yourself.
I'm doing fine. Your attorney, you just hired, your case is gonna be reset to give him time to, do the work that he needs to do to prepare your case.
Yes, sir.
All right? So, he's gonna get a reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me sign this. Yeah, I emailed last night. Tabitha Johnson. I emailed her too.
Okay, we're on the record in cause number 328386. Case of style of State of Texas versus Askira Tayana Jones. Mrs. Askira Tayana Jones is scheduled to be in court this morning for the court's announcement docket at 9 o'clock. The bailiff called his name at her about 9 o'clock. She had not answered. She has not appeared in court since the court's been in session. Attorney, Mr. Langston Adams is in court. Mr. Adams, you,
I don't know real well about this.
okay. Normally what we do is if you could allow you to see if you can get in contact with her, she can appear by in person, Zoom, or by telephone.
I'll do that.
Okay. Normally we before our close of business, well, at about 4 o'clock. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Let me get a check. Let me jump on that then.
Okay.
Just let me write that down so I can do it.
Mr.
The one you just called.
Oh. She can give it to you.
Hang around, Miss Beverly.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't able to.
Okay, we'll be in a, actually, let's see.